Really another tough, close loss for us. I hope that's not becoming a habit. Hat tip to New Mexico State. They were the tougher team, especially second half. They really rallied and kept competing, and we played a little tentatively. And also, it's amazing that we're in the game shooting 33% from the field and 30 from the three. That's tough to beat anybody with 17 turnovers. So, obviously, have some improvements to make.
Jamie, go ahead.
Coach, you just mentioned that New Mexico State was the tougher team. Do you feel like maybe with kind of the way you guys are losing games, do you kind of feel like the team lacks some toughness right now and some grit? Yeah,
I think that's obvious. I mean, I think some of it's, we can make excuses for being sick and that stuff, but that's what it comes down to. And they were the grittier team. I'd say it's part of why we play these teams. All right, they have experience of they're used to winning. All right, we haven't. We were 500 team last year, or one over, or whatever. So making that next hurdle where you understand how to close out games, how to win close games, how to get stops. You need stops. There's a process, and Coach Jan's been doing it for a long time there, and his previous stop too. So he's had good programs, and there's something inherently, that the guys that go through those programs hand it down to the next guy. No matter there'll be new faces, but there's a pride that we got to develop, try to develop. So we got to get better there.
Just kind of thinking back in football season, Abe Lucas said early in the year that that the football team had a good early punch, but lacked the chin to take one back. Do you kind of feel like something might be that could kind of compare to this situation?
That's fair. Second halves have been poor, especially at home. So either it's a conditioning or a mental mindset. We've had a lot of guys that have missed practices for injuries and stuff like that, and sickness. So it's hard to practice. You got to practice. You got to stay in shape. We're trying to do some things to address it. I don't know if it's. I think if we'd won 2 of those games, our mindset, we'd probably feel pretty good about ourselves or whatever. So I don't want to put all the result being like, oh, we're this and that, and create a narrative that may not be necessarily true. But the evidence of the second half of not turning teams over and not just getting outscored in the second half has been the trend for sure.
And then it just kind of seems, I think I asked you about this on Saturday, it just seems that, these stretches and these struggles kind of coincide with offensive issues. I mean, had a big drought in the first half, and then just down the stretch, just couldn't make shots. It may be easier said than done, but what's got to change to kind of get the ball in the basket? Because it just seems to be the problem right now.
No question. We're not shooting well. Obviously, a guy like Ty really helps us there. It's the floor spacing and the threat, and we missed him. And just try to shorten the rotation, just be the tougher, trying to let's play big, get on the glass. We should be good defensively. And it looked good at halftime, what we were doing there. And then they made some adjustments. They started driving us. They're down 18, and we just let them creep back in, give up threes.
And then just with Ty, you mentioned, do you think he'll be back Saturday? Is it just kind of dealing with that sickness?
I hope so. I think so. I would imagine. I mean, I trust him. I mean, he's a stud. He wants to be out there. He's had a knee deal, a sickness, and hopefully he can put it back together. And we need to miss his leadership too. He helps us there.